This is a demonstration about how to create the roof truss structures for your ranch house model. We left off at step 9 of our model where we had put in the interior walls and exterior walls, each on their own layer. So I'm going to minimize this and open a new SketchUp window. Actually, I'm going to open up my lumberyard document. I'm also going to open up the Google Classroom where this information is described. This is Ranch House Step 10. We're going to use the information here to create our roof trusses. There is a document here that when you click on it, it will show you some of the different choices of roof truss structures that are available and typical. And we will talk about that more in class. But just for this demonstration purpose, most of the instructions that you need are right here in Google Classroom. So I'm going to start in my lumberyard document. I'm going to draw a rectangle that is the size of my house. Now notice when I draw the rectangle, my dimensions are showing up in this lower right-hand corner. Yours might be showing up in the lower, mine are showing up in the lower left-hand corner. Yours may be showing up in the lower right-hand corner. So just remember to look for the dimensions down here on my screen. I'm going to type in 40 feet by 28 feet, 40 feet, 28 feet, enter. That's the size of our house. I'm going to make this a component, and I'm going to call this attic floor. And a typical thickness of this type of wood, plywood, would be 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to actually make mine 1 inch just for the ease of our model. I'm going to open the component, use my push-pull tool to extrude it up 1 inch, and that's my floor. Now I'm going to orbit around. And I need to create some lumber for this. Most of the lumber is going to be 2x6. Now, we're going to do this the easiest way possible, but it's important to understand that the 6-inch side of these roof rafters is going to face forward, and the 2-inch side is going to face downward. We also want to have overhanging eaves, so even though the width of my house is 28 feet, I'm going to make my lumber 30 feet. I'm going to move in a little bit closer here. I'm going to try for the top view, and I want to start right in this corner and start to make a rectangle, and I want this to be 30 feet, 2 inches, because it's the 2-inch side that's down. And I'm going to select that, and I'm going to make it a component, and I'll call it roof rafter base. Now, it's 30 feet, and I want it to be centered, so I need to move it toward this direction 1 foot. So I'm going to just move it and type in 1 foot. Now I'm going to fill it with a wood tone. It's a little different from what I've been using, just so that I can see the difference. And I'm going to pull it up 6 inches because we've already said that the 6-inch side faces forward. I'll orbit around to the other side so that I can see this. Now I'm going to be making a queen post truss. There are several different kinds, but we're going to, for this demonstration, do the queen post. I'm going to take this and control move a copy up right on top of it, and then I'm going to going to take that and I'm going to turn it 30 degrees and move it so that this angle is in my roof that way. Now I'm going to take another one from the others. Actually, before I do that, let's make that one unique, okay? Because I am going to need to shorten it later. I'm going to take that base again, Control, move a copy up again, and rotate this one 30 degrees. Again, I'm typing in that 30, and move this into position over here. Okay, so I have my two crisscrossing. I'm going to also make this one unique. Edit, make unique. Now I can orbit around in front. And I want to grab the end of this and use my push-pull to push it down until it just touches that other piece, like that. And then I'll orbit around and grab the other one. Fortunately, we've already made them unique, so just grab the end here and use the push-pull to pull it down. Okay, so I have my triangular end. I need to push this down just a little bit more. I want these two to meet if possible, so I'm going to be a little fussy here. And see if I can grab. Good enough. Okay, now I need to create a few vertical elements and a few horizontal elements because queen post truss looks like this. Looks like a big box with some diagonal supports. So I'm going to come over here to this side again. And I could just draw some more pieces, but I'm going to be a little bit lazy. I'm going to take this and Control move a copy up again, rotate it. Oops. Rotate this 90 degrees this time. And I want to center my box, so I'm going to do a little bit of moving here just to get this lined up. I know that my base is 30 feet long, and I know that this board is 6 inches wide. So 15 feet would be half of my board. 15 feet minus 3 inches would be 14 feet 9 inches. So I'm going to move this over. Type in 14 feet 9 inches, no comma. I have a board that's in my center, but for the queen post, we don't have this in the center. We actually have it on the left and on the right. So I have to decide how far over I want to move this. I'm going to start to move it to the left. I'm going to try 7 feet from the center. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to control move a copy of this at 7 feet. And I'm going to move this now 7 feet the other direction, not control move, just move 7 feet. And I have my 2 posts. Yeah, I could make each one of these unique, but I'm actually going to select the bottom one and make it unique, so the other 2 will act together. So now I have these 2. Edit. Whatever I do to this one will happen to that one. If you don't understand what I did, just make all 3 of them unique and you'll be fine. I need to orbit around so that I can get the top of these pieces. And just jump to top view. And select one of the pieces. Double click to open. Make sure that I'm on the end and use my push pull to pull this down. How far down? I'm going to go down 25 feet. It should take me right to about the right place. That's good. All right. Maybe I needed 25 feet and another inch, so I'll click on this corner and go down 6 inches now. All right, so I just want that board to be where it's going to support the one that's across there. Okay, I'm going to take this again, and I'm going to control move a copy up so that it is where those 2 are. I'm going to make this one unique. I'm going to move it over so that I only have to trim one end. And then I will move to the end here. And move this in and trim it. Okay, so my queen post truss is almost complete. What I need now is I need to create, let's look at our diagram here. I need to create these diagonals. So I'm going to take these, control move a copy over, and I'm going to rotate this 45 degrees from the bottom using the bottom. Type in 45, enter, and then move this into position so that this is just supporting this beam. I will make this unique and come around to the edge and use my push pull to push that in. Go around to the other side and repeat that process on the other side. Select this vertical, Control move a copy over, rotate from the bottom 45 degrees, move this into position, I want the center of that board there, okay. And then edit, make it unique, orbit around, and shorten it as needed. So now we have our roof truss. We're going to take all of these pieces and we're going to make them a component together. So I'm going to take this, this, the vertical, the two supports, and the base, make them a component, call it roof truss, and now I'm going to follow the instructions for arranging these. These need to be placed 24 inches apart. That's 26 inches on center. So I'm going to take that and Control move a copy over. I'll grab it from the center, move in this direction, type in 26 inches, and just continue that same process right across the roof. And I'll save my lumber yard, and we'll be ready to attach this to our ranch house. So that concludes this tutorial.